Hello guys. I'm going to come on here and do a really quick update. I hadn't really talked about it, but had my first or my second injection today, so as you can see, y'all see that? This time it like went really dark. I don't know why, but it did. Um so I got there about I guess it was, I think we got there at 9 o'clock or 9:15. My appointment was at 9:30. Um, and I didn't even have to wait that long. Um, it's a prednisone injection in your spine. It goes straight through your spine. And so this time I wasn't really I was nervous, but I wasn't, because anytime you have sedation or whatever, you get kind of nervous. But um, I just got in there and got it done. And I was cracking up with the anesthesiologist because she was the same one that was there, and they were like wheeling me back. And I said, this time I've got my thing tied here. Make sure my butt don't moon, everybody, because I had panties on and stuff, but I was so embarrassed. So as I was rolling over, she's like, girl, we see this every day. I said, yeah, I'm a CNA. I see all kinds of stuff every day too. So whenever they rolled me over, they made sure the back of me was like covered up, which is ridiculous because they open it up when I'm out. So, I guess it's just one of those things. So she made sure that was done. And it was a little bit different. They like re-weighed me, and I thought I had weighed more when I told them the first time I went. I thought I was like at 156, 158. And they weighed me at my doctor's office, and then there when I got there, and I was down to 154. So they gave me more sedation medicine prior to the last time, because I told them just a little bit more because it goes by your weight or whatever. And I could definitely tell it, because when they rolled me over, I could hear them talking. I felt them wiping my back down with that stuff, that red stuff, and I felt like that warming sensation that you get before you go under. And then again, I felt the stick in my butt. And then I was out, but this time I was out and awake at the same time. I heard them having conversation in there about meetings that they had to do, and they were like kind of sounding stressed and stuff. But like I could really tell, like I was awake. I heard. But so that's done with. It has been. Hey TJ, how many hours has it been, hun? About 4 hours? Yeah, since I had the injection. Yeah, it's been about 9 hours. So after, actually my leg is still like, it's numb still. That could be for 2 days or so, but I'm starting to feel like the burning sensation hadn't hit me. Whenever this crap starts hitting you full force, your whole leg will get numb. It done it before. But I'm hoping, the doctor said that, excuse me, I told him everything that was going on and everything. And he said hopefully this one will work. He said he couldn't, guarantee it, but hopefully this will give me some more progress or whatever. I'm hoping, because this has been a sight. But TJ went with me today, and he's here. He's spending the night with me tonight, and that's what's going on. I figured I would update you guys on that. People had been asking and commenting. There's so many people that comment on my channels, and I'm not being rude by no means, but I just can't sit and message one by one. I would be here all night and day. I always try to like the comments if there's no questions asked, but if there's questions asked, I'll try to answer them, but I just can't sit and do it. Yeah, my disc is like kind of out pushing on my spine, but they're going to be doing therapy 3 times a week, and hopefully that will work. Like, I'm hoping. Um, I'm really hoping that it does. If it don't, then we're going to have to go to a different step. So, and I'm not wanting surgery. So, but I mean, if I can't like do everyday life with my leg like this, and that's my only option left. Um, man, I'm looking rough, yo. Um, I am. So I go back to work on the 22nd, and I'll be working like 4 hours until 3 weeks until I see the doctor again. And then it's like he's got me working 30 minutes standing and 30 minutes sitting. So I don't know how they're going to, associate all that, but they'll find something for me to do, I guess. Um, but that's that. Um, I have been getting comments. I don't know who's on my Facebook. I don't know if it's my Facebook's not set as private. I need to get it as private because it sounds like I've got some creepers. But people's come, and there's a comment now that's left on there. I typically delete them, but comments about pictures where I was out hiking and stuff. People that know me and that has followed me, that picture was from last year. The one of me and TJ standing on the rock. That picture goes back from last year that I updated and put it on my profile. And then the other current one for Mother's Day, TJ took me after we had went to church. He took me with his family to oh, he's on the phone. He took me on a this little restaurant with his family. And it's a restaurant on the river. Like, you pull in, the restaurant's here, and there's the river. I mean, it's literally right when you pull in, it's right there. So people were making ugly comments. Well, she's out, hiking under tree trunks, and no, absolutely not. That was, and as a matter of fact, you can go online, which, I'm not giving details because it's frankly none of no one's business, but the place where I was at, you know, it's a restaurant on the river, so people are ridiculous. I have kind of backed off from YouTube. Like, I've uploaded 2 videos today, but it just really disgusts me. Just how people are cruel and shady. Like, it's just ridiculous. And when you don't know what someone's going through, but yet people try to still bring others down. And it ain't bringing me down by no means. Hey girl, how are you? So, I'm not sure if those creepers are on my Facebook or if those creepers are on my YouTube and they just go over onto my Facebook to find those pictures. But, they have no clue as of what they were talking about. Again, clearly the picture was at a restaurant. We pulled in there and the river was literally right beside it. It's called a restaurant on the river where we went. So I was not out hiking and doing all that kind of stuff. And the picture on my profile now was from last year. So just thought I would, clarify that. Not that it matters, but, that's just ridiculous. Anyways, how's everybody doing? Someone just said, what did I miss? I just had my second injection today, and my leg's still numb. I'm not feeling any pain right as we speak. So we're hoping that will work, but look at this. Do y'all see that? I was like, whoop, whoop. I'm like so pale, y'all. Like, this is no makeup here. This is, I did not wear this to, the doctors, by the way. I changed clothes. But oh, they had bomb nachos. Actually, as a matter of fact, it was in Tellico, Tennessee, and there's a river by the lake, so it's very nice. Those of you that's in that area, if you've never been, going over there, it's beautiful. The creek's beautiful, and it's just great. But no, I didn't wear this. This is just, I came home and changed. My wonderful husband is, oh, husband, oops. My wonderful boyfriend's in there cooking for me. I can't believe I said husband. We were talking today, so hope he didn't hear that. Anyways, I did not wear this to the doctors, nor would I. This is just relaxing clothes. I wore sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt. I know, right? Can you believe that? I look like a scary wild woman. Like, ooh. But my leg is, look how white I am. This is gross. I need it, like, I really need a tan. And this needs to be cleaned out here. It's like kind of stained and gross looking. But yeah, my leg is still numb. This is the one that bothers me. I don't have anything out of this one, but it's this one. So yeah, I need a tan. I know it's gross, but it's life, right? This is me. I'm not hiding, you know, my looks or anything. So it is what it is. But again, thanks everybody for the prayers. I appreciate them. I believe in prayers. I believe in miracles. And I've got a lot of people praying for me. I'm praying that this injection will work for me and I'll start getting more function on my leg and feeling better, because this has really taken a toll upon me. Like, I feel like you know, I went through the hard spot. I went through the anxiety and like kind of like depression, because I was getting depressed for a while. Guys, you don't even know. I was at the lowest of the lowest these past 4 months, and the second, third, fourth month, it was horrible. You know, I would come on here and do YouTube videos, but that kind of kept me going and kept my mind off stuff, because without family, it's hell. Like, it's rough. And you know, I've got family that's around, but I never get to see them that much. And you know, I've got like TJ and then my kids and a couple of close friends here that's been there for me, but it's hard. And this journey, whatever I'm learning through all this, it's a learning process, it's a growing process. But I was low. Like, I was so low. And a lot of people didn't even know that, just close people. And I remember getting up in the mornings and then laying my head down at nights, and I'd be like, how much more can I do? It's not that I didn't want to be here, because that was not anything upon my mind. It was just I was so tired. Like, my body was so tired. I was tired physically, emotional. Like, I was just exhausted. And the pain in my leg, and I'm a very outgoing person. I go, go, go. That's who I am. I go. I gotta go. So thank God for the prayers. I can, but can you mute the TV? Or I can get off and then come back on. Do what? Yeah, y'all want to meet Mr. TJ and talk to him one-on-one? Oh God. Well, I know, but they've not really had convo. But I'm thankful for y'all's prayers, because it's helped me go a long way, like legit. And I'm ready to get past this hurdle in my life, y'all. Just saying. So, oh, he's even cleaned my table off. Hold on. Look at this pretty sexy man. Okay, what do we got here?
Barbecued spare ribs, rice pilaf with quinoa, and sauteed zucchini.
Isn't he like a great cook, y'all? He's so pretty and handsome and all the above. So here you go. Anybody that has a man that can cook is just like, you know.
In danger of being fat one day.
Well, I'm fat, so you're not fat. How are we going to do this, sweetie?
I don't know what you're doing, so.
We're going.
I
Do
already
you?
turned that, man.
I know, but if there's
I've seen that movie 1,000 times.
okay,
You can turn it off if you want to.
you can't have any music whatsoever when you monetize.
I don't know what monetizing means.
It means if you get paid for it,
Oh.
if there's any kind of like background noise,
Oh.
you can't get paid for it because it's like copywritten or whatever. So, is that?
What?
I'm trying to see if I need something to hold that up with to where it can show what those.
Well, you don't need to show me on there. You talk to your people.
But you need to talk.
Well, they can hear me.
This works.
You can hear me, can't you, you two?
They can hear, but they can't see. And I don't know if this will work either. You want me to get it on you? About like that?
That's fine. And my hand takes up the whole screen anyway.
Are you sure you don't want me to put it on you? It'll be fun. Did you get embarrassed?
I don't think it'd be fun.
Oh.
Because I want to see you, not me.
Do y'all want to see me and him both, guys? Give me some answer here.
See, they're all going to stop watching now that I'm on there.
There's 90 people on here.
They're all going to stop watching now
See,
that
yes.
I'm on there.
Do y'all want to see TJ?
Oh, Lord.
Yes, of course. So here we go. Both. Okay. How about, is that okay?
Whatever you want.
This will do it.
She's the boss.
See, no, you're the boss. Okay. So they're saying yes. So TJ, get to talking, honey bunny.
Talk about what?
Anything you want. Oops.
No. I respond better to questions. So if there's things you all want to know about me, just fire away.
But don't give out any kind of personal information.
Oh, I'll tell you where I live.
Mm-mm.
I don't have anything of value. So if you come to my house, you
But
just
still
have to
don't.
like, clean up a bit,
Mhm.
paint my ceilings because I've scraped them all off and have not had time to repaint them.
The last of that kind of stuff said is like
That's why I'm
better
not on YouTube very
because
often.
people are ignorant. Thank you. Oh my.
It's because her pretty balances out my ugly.
What is your favorite food?
So, I don't know if Stephanie's told you guys, but I'm a classically trained chef. That's what I used to do before I went to work for my current job. So that's a trick question. You mean food that I cook myself or food that somebody else cooks? It's two distinct different things for me. I'm very critical of my own cooking. I can't read that from here. I need glasses. How did we meet? So I worked for the Boy Scouts, and I went to do a sign-up night where Stephanie's boys go to school, and she said that I can't read them all that fast. It's so small. Anyway, I signed her kids up for Cub Scouts, and then we kind of ran into each other in another way about a month later, and here we are a year later. She says she was, which is true, because I think it's kind of skeevy to go to a recruitment event for any kind of
But
job
if you know,
and
yeah.
hit on somebody.
But if you know the whole story, the second time around, it was him who was like, "You look familiar. Do I know you?"
That's a story for another day.
He was like, "You look familiar. Do I know you?"
To answer that previous question, I'll just go ahead and answer it. So, food that I cook, I think my chicken parmesan is the best on the planet. I haven't had anybody dispute that just yet. I'm sure somebody out there can make it better than me, but I've not found them yet. I also make a pretty mean stuffed French toast. Food that somebody else makes, however, would be my mother's chicken and dumplings, my grandmother's homemade apple stack cake, and my other grandmother's spaghetti. She makes the best spaghetti ever.
I have not ate anything that's gross that this man has cooked. It's phenomenal. It's freaking phenomenal, guys.
I'm 32. I'll be 32 in October. So she's a month and 3 days older than me.
However, some haters thought that I was like so older than him.
Well, 6 months is pretty old.
6 months is pretty old.
What did it say? Oh. Yeah, so
Don't give any names.
my stuffed French toast.
No.
That's a name.
They said, do you have any siblings? You don't need any kind of personal stuff out here floating around, trust me.
I'll give them their first name. They're not going to know. She has a different last name.
Okay.
I have one sister named
Just gotta
Emily.
be careful.
Who's a blood sister. I have a brother named Tony who we adopted when he was like 17, 18. That's a long story. And I have two sisters that were born out of a common tragedy. Their names are Kristen and Elizabeth, and they live up north.
And by the way, I'm not being bossy to him. I'm being protective because I've been on here for 5 years. You got to guard people you love. And these people out here on YouTube, you can't give too much information. You just can't. Everybody knows that. So.
I didn't.
Well, I mean, people that's done YouTube.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
He knows. But I called you my husband out there a while ago. Did you hear me?
No.
And I didn't mean to.
Oh. Yeah, she won't marry me.
He won't marry me? No, he's not proposed to me yet.
I've asked her kids, and I asked all the kids to not say anything about me asking the kids, and of course one of the boys spilled the beans right away.
Do you have siblings? Somebody said you got siblings. I mean, children,
No, I have no children. I have a condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I was born with no cartilage in my joints, and that's a hereditary thing. So my orthopedic surgeon suggested not to have.
I gotta try some of this meat. Keep talking.
That you haven't tried the meat yet?
Not yet.
Lord have
I'm
mercy.
busy talking. I need
That's
ranch dressing.
Oh, please try it without ranch first.
Why?
It's awful. Do you all eat ranch on everything?
If I got some left.
Like Stephanie and her girls eat
I don't
ranch.
have none left.
Praise Jesus.
No. Dang it.
This barbecue sauce is so much better than ranch. So Sweet Baby Ray's, I'm not a review person, by the way. But Sweet Baby Ray's was on sale today. No, ranch is not good.
I
That's
don't
way
have
too
any
many
ranch.
M's. That's way too many M's.
Yes, ranch is so good. Blue cheese is so good.
That
yes.
is incorrect. Blue
Yes.
cheese is disgusting. I would rather force myself to eat ranch on anything than... It is not a country thing. I'm from a town smaller than hers, and I never ate ranch on anything but salad. Anyway, this new Hawaiian-style Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce is...
Oh my god,
pretty
I
good.
eat mayonnaise on a lot of things too.
I do too, on
Mayonnaise,
sandwiches.
french fries, spaghetti.
No. Mayo on spaghetti?
Yes.
So I'm a fourth-generation Italian. She's not allowed to say that in front of my family.
I eat spaghetti
Thank you, Pam.
with mayo,
Thank
kids.
you, Pam.
Yes, Lisa, my girl. You can ask him. I was falling asleep after that injection. Oh my god. It was insane. The lady had to help me put my clothes on.
I have two dogs.
Oh, my back.
I have a Corgi Australian Shepherd mix who's about 26 pounds. Her name is Lady Anastasia. She's almost 4 years old. And I have, or no, almost 3 years old.
Oh my, this is good.
I told you it was.
Oh my, oh, this man can cook, y'all.
And
I can't even
have
play.
a Great Pyrenees German Shepherd mix named Brandy. And she's about 8 months old. I am a dog person.
This
I
man,
do not like cats.
thank you. It might be in the near future. However, he says I won't marry him.
That's what she told me.
Someone asked if, how long have we been together?
It will be a year and a week and a half since
Yes.
since our first date.
A whole year.
Actually, it'll be 2 weeks from yesterday. Will be the anniversary of our first date.
Oh my gosh, them ribs are the bomb. The bomb. There's 114 people watching us.
113. Your other boyfriend just jumped off.
Do you fight? No.
I think every couple fights. But the upside for us is we're both fairly devout Christians, and we work it out right away. We don't let it build up and destroy anything.
I know, he has. I think God knew that we both needed each other. And my kids. We all needed each other.
Yeah, I was about 6 months out of a very toxic relationship when I met Stephanie. A 6-year-long toxic relationship.
Mm-hmm. Those ribs are grand.
That she was going to smother with ranch dressing before she even tried them, folks.
If I had ranch, I would do ranch. Oh, these are boneless, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're good. Is that why you cook so high to make stuff so tender?
What is that?
Agreed. Hang on a minute. Let's go up here and see if we've missed anything. 126 followers. It's following us. Oh, girl, I did, and they're good. I love mayo. Okay, we answered that. Hello, beautiful here in.
I feel so blind because I can't read. I can hardly read any of that.
How's the weather here? The weather is
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. It's cool. Joanne, honey, are you home yet? Or are you still with Ashley? I've been loving those pictures that you've been posting. Did I get a divorce a year ago? Yes, ma'am, I did a year ago. Sure did. I'm not talking in on any of that. That's the past. What do you do for a living? Go ahead.
Currently work for the Boy Scouts of America. I manage all the programming, membership, training, fundraising, and fund development for 4 different counties in rural East Tennessee.
And yes, I do need glasses. Yes, we both need glasses. I'm supposed to wear glasses. Somebody said we need glasses.
My vision's checked out fine at the optometrist the last 3 times I've gone, and I tell him I can't. Like, if I close one eye, I can read some of that, but it's just that her text is so small from me to the phone that I'm having difficulty reading from
Oh
here.
my gosh. This is like the best meal ever, TJ.
I don't know about all that.
You're
but
phenomenal, my friend.
I'll have to take her word for it.
So I asked him, I said, when we marry, you can cook every day of your life if you want, and I'll have everything else clean, the house and everything. Sounds like a pretty good deal, don't it? And I can cook, and I can cook, and I do cook. I'm telling you, what is your favorite TV shows? Go fill them in on the freaking. Is it The Office?
Oh well, so if you don't like The Office, we can't be friends. I'm sorry.
I have grown to like that freaking show.
It's a very harsh
It's funny.
reality. We can't be friends if you don't like The Office.
But
So,
listen,
when I start my own YouTube channel, they're out pretty soon. I know you weren't talking to me, but they're out pretty soon. So yeah, you gotta like The Office if we're gonna be friends.
if I didn't like The Office, would you be my girl? Still be my boyfriend?
Yes. Partially because you're way out of my league, and why would I ever do anything to
Oh,
jeopardize that?
bull crap.
So, the 2 shows that I follow religiously are The Blacklist. I love The Blacklist. I've worked like the last 58 days straight, outside of outside of today and tomorrow, and last Sunday was a family funeral,
Angela
and
Kenzie's in the
Easter
office.
Sunday. Yes, she is. So, The Blacklist, I've missed a few episodes, and Supernatural, which goes into its final season.
And we've watched those
Next
time and
fall.
time again.
And Supernatural is my shit. I have watched that show.
Whenever
from
I'm
day
at his
one.
house, we watch it. at night, and then during the daytimes, most of the time watch what I want to watch.
I'm one of those people that I put the TV on when I go to bed and I put the sleep timer on. It helps me go to sleep. But I don't need it running all night.
So, I forgot I was going to tell you guys something and I can't even. Oh, so a lot of people's has said that we. Okay, first of all, mine and Joanne says I'm just starting Supernatural in second season.
Okay, so you're going to have to really push through the third and fourth seasons. Season 5 is going to blow your mind.
Thank you, Joanne. Put them in timeout.
Put me in timeout?
No, she had to put somebody in timeout.
Aw, I miss being on there as a moderator. It's weird being on.
Bless their hearts, kids. Go ahead, keep talking, my friend.
So you're going to have to really push through. Like after season 5, it gets kind of slow for a little while. But it's really good. Any future babies? That'd be a no.
No, maybe.
She says maybe.
People says I'm pregnant now, but no, it's called Mama Belly.
For me, it's a no. Because, again, I'm not supposed to have children. Not that I can't, I'm just not supposed to. However, I did promise Stephanie that once we, move in together and are married and are financially stable, that I will pay to have the genetic test done. And if I'm an anomaly and I don't actually
We can always adopt, too. That's an option.
That's right. But as long as I don't have the carrier gene for Ehlers-Danlos, that I would be willing to try in vitro if that's something she's really serious about. But we're going to have to pray about it a lot. And the kids are going to have to be involved in that decision as well.
I about walked away from him from the simple fact that he don't have kids. I have kids, and I told him, I said, I can't do this. You need to be able to have that for yourself. You need to find somebody that can give you what you need. I'm like, I can't. And I'm like, you need to think about it. But I said, I feel like I would be robbing you from that. And like, I was straight up with him.
No.
I was legit straight up with him. So, but mine and his personalities, okay, we are totally, okay, we're kind of opposite, okay? But here's the thing, it's like, I level him out, he levels me out, and the sarcastic that, like, we both have.
I'm not sarcastic.
Yes, you are, honey.
I'm not.
You want to think that? Yeah, you are. You're around this man enough, you'll know, honey.
I'm really not.
But it's not butthole-ish sarcasticness. It's funny sarcasticness. And it's like he gets mine and I get his. And we just we get the funny jokes. Yes, he is so sweet. But see, my oldest is going to high school. My youngest is 8, so. And he has been phenomenal with my kids.
Right. I think having 4 kids in high school at the same time, and then 4 kids in college at the same time, is plenty.
But this is grand. Uh-oh. We're like squinting so hard. People wonders about this right here. I have to squint to see. No, I don't have to. Woo, kids. This is like so good.
Well, so on that comment, I know I don't necessarily have to explain myself. I'm the kind of person who gives out a lot of information. I think everybody needs to know the backstory behind decisions and decision-making process and that kind of thing. So my boss really hates that about me. He says I give him too much information. So, well, try giving you not enough, see how that works.
Oh, honey, I'm careful with my knife always. I'm always careful with knives. As a matter of fact, I have this OCD thing. If I wash my knives, they're turned upside down. He's got like a letter opener knife. That crap has to be moved when I go to sleep. Because, y'all know about that? But I'm telling you what, this food is amazing. TJ's doing a live eating video with me. Yay!
It's mukbang. It's definitely
Mukbanging it. Every day I'm shuffling.
Nobody likes that song anymore.
See, there's the sarcastic
That
side.
wasn't sarcasm. That was truth.
That's the sarcastic side.
So you weren't in. So I'll tell you again. We were.
Oh God, what did they just say?
I was doing a Boy Scout sign-up night at the elementary school where Stephanie's boys go, and I got them all hyped up the day before. And actually, it wasn't even me. It's one of my coworkers, my best friend at work. So I actually owe it all to him that we met because he got them all hyped up. And then the next day, I was there and signed them up, and Stephanie showed up with her two boys, and we met again about a month later. And she said, "I was flirting with you that night," and I said, "Oh." I'm completely oblivious to that kind of shit, so I had no idea. And I had. It took me about.
No, we don't live together. Absolutely not.
No. Not until we're at least engaged, but probably not until we're married.
We don't live together.
But anyway, it took me about 8 friends and probably a dozen family members telling her the same thing, that I'm oblivious to that kind of shit. You know, I don't pick up on subliminal messages and all that. So
Hey, Barbie.
if you want something from me, you got to tell me.
What's up, girlfriend? The third, absolutely. Love you too. Oh my gosh. So, I seen my old doctor. He's like,
I didn't do anything.
no, I'm shoving you. I seen my old doctor the other day. And
At my aunt's funeral.
yeah, and he's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, Dr. So-and-so. And he's like, honey, the third time's the charm. He just got on his third marriage, and he called her Tinkerbell. So obviously, Tinkerbell is the charm. The doctor that delivered 2 of my children, and he was my gynecologist throughout years. Phenomenal gynecologist. / OBGYN doctor. No more ceiling fans catching a fire here lately.
No. My landlord and I replaced all but one ceiling fan, and we have that one to replace. We're just not using that one right now, just to be safe. So I've got that ceiling fan to replace, which is in my master bedroom, and then I've got to replace the light fixture up in the upstairs bathroom.
I ain't putting no makeup on.
She doesn't need it.
I can't see what that says. I should put a little makeup on. LOL. No, honey, you look just fine the way you are, sweetheart.
TJ, what?
I don't know. Well, hello, Pam. How is everyone out there doing? Thank you. God has a good plan. My kids love him. Absolutely, they do.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to work on that. I know it's no excuse, but being in hospitality for as long as I was, being a chef, it's one of the 4 major bad habits that
We all have faults, and we all
that
do sometimes.
most hospitality workers have. They curse a lot, they drink a lot, they smoke a lot, or they do drugs.
But you don't do any of those. You don't smoke.
I don't do any. No, I've smoked 1 cigarette in my life.
And you don't drink very rarely.
It took 1 puff off of 1 cigarette from my uncle, with my grandfather and my father standing right there. I think I was 14, and I said, "Hey, I want to try that." And 1 puff, and that was all I needed to know. I never wanted to put that in my body again. I've never tried any kind of illegal substance.
Hey, Lisa. Go ahead, keep going.
And I drink a glass of red wine. I'd say maybe twice a week, if that. I don't think I've had one in 2 or 3 weeks now, but I cook with a lot of wine.
But we're grown
and
adults. If we want to have a
but-
glass of wine, we can.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, I just don't do it very often.
Um,
Very seldom will I enjoy a beer, and I very seldom ever drink liquor unless I'm sick. If I'm sick,
You need a toddy.
I'll make myself a toddy, or I'll drink a shot of moonshine. So,
A shot of moonshine. Yay, TJ. Hey, it works. I'm not kidding, hon. Absolutely. Okay, so, well, oh, Barbie and Lisa. Lisa, I remember you. How are you doing?
I don't remember you.
So, I've got to invest in a book, and I was telling TJ about it, and we don't have one yet.
We're going to get one tomorrow. She wants a wedding planning book. Even though that's part of what I used to do for a living, she wants a book. There's
time.
also an app for that.
Well, I need book. I need personal writing pages.
I thought it'd be cool, since she does all these product reviews, that we just reach out from Couponing Girl to all these different companies to send us stuff for our wedding to do the wedding with, and we'll just review it all.
Oh, did my kids see the snack box? Absolutely. They got into that thing yesterday. And then I've been getting into it. Hey, Donald and Michael Marble.
Maribel.
Mabel.
Maribel.
Maribel.
That's an old name. Not that she's old, but that's an old name.
I can't hear. I can't see that. My eyes are bad. I need to go get my glasses. I'm hiding something. I ain't hiding nothing. I don't even have an engagement ring yet. I'm not hiding anything.
No,
I promise.
I have not proposed.
If
yet.
I had a ring, I would show it to you guys. I'm not engaged or anything.
I have a special way that I want to propose, and I had to ask her kids first, and then I had to tell a couple of other folks that I was going to marry her, or that I was going to ask her to marry me, and that I was going to take care of.
TJ, just propose, dude.
Just propose, dude. Thanks.
Do you want this?
That makes me think of the
I'm full.
the feller that was on here on our live a couple, 3 or 4 days ago, the polygamist.
Oh, don't give that hater up.
So if you're out there, I know we
Tell
booted
him I
you
said howdy,
and blocked you. Thumbs up to you if you can make polygamy work, but that doesn't agree with our lifestyle. So,
Go, TJ. Oh my gosh.
I don't think Stephanie likes the wild rice and quinoa, but I did.
Where is my phone charger?
Probably outside.
Tell me when I was watching because they're thinking I'm hiding something. Tell the wedding planner.
She wants a book to plan our wedding with.
So, and we'll have to start sending out invitations because we have.
Well, I told her the invite list is going to be huge. So, like I said earlier, I'm a 4th generation Italian, and to be from a big Italian family like that, you cannot invite half the family and not the other half, or any portion thereof, because it's a great sign of disrespect. So,
Oh boy.
my dad's mother has 15 brothers and sisters. My Uncle Bill passed away last week, so
And your
well-
aunt. And your aunt.
that's on the other side of the family. 12 of those brothers and sisters are still living.
I'm picking this up for just a second.
Okay. And out of those 16
charging?
children,
Hang on one second. Hang on. Okay. Is this your first marriage, TJ?
it will be. It will be my second engagement, however. The
Oops.
young lady that I was with before Stephanie, I was engaged to her for 4.5 years. It became evident to me in about year 3 that she really had no intention of actually marrying me, though, I don't think. I think we were just a little too different, but I wasn't willing to give up. I modeled my relationship model is modeled after my grandparents, who I'm sure don't have the perfect marriage, but they've been together for 53 years, and I consider that a great testament in our day and age. So when something's broke, you fix it, you don't throw it away. And I realize it doesn't work in every situation. And so when said woman decided it was time for us to be done the third time, I tried to work it out with her 3 different times. I finally just said, you know what, heart can't take anymore, and I let her go. So, that being said, this will be my second engagement, providing she says yes. There's no guarantee Stephanie will say yes when I ask
Oh,
her.
did you have a K-cup in there to make me coffee with?
I did.
Oh my goodness, how sweet of you, honey.
It's always a tone of surprise with her. Oh, those are my sunglasses. I'm glad you're wearing them because the sun never sets on a badass. See, there it is again. Are you guys ever going to go camping? Yes. So I'm actually getting ready to interview for another job.
Actually, he owes me a camping dating trip night.
I do.
And it's going to be phenomenal. Oh, blame it. Guys, I've got my phone rigged up here.
I bought her this really nice rig for her phone, and she's yet to use it.
I have used it. By the way, this is from my injections today. It's not nothing gross.
Yeah, I think they busted a vein when they gave her her IV medicine.
That ain't gonna stay. What am I gonna do? Hang on, kids. Oh man, I'm gonna have to sit down right now. Okay, so I need my coffee. I'm gonna get my coffee. Do you need something else to drink?
No, ma'am. So, I tent camp. I also do survival camping, where I go out with just my survival gear backpack and build a shelter or string up a tarp and kind of make an improvised
Get the
tent.
fly
That
out of
kind of
here.
thing. It's a mosquito, not a fly.
Get it out of here. I need to shut my door. My air's on. So.
I'm gonna have to pull this thing over here for a second. I don't know how she reads that. Let's see, did I miss any questions?
But tell them that you're going to take me on a legit camping trip.
Yes, I'm going to take you on a legit camping
It's going to be
trip.
out in the woods, and it's going to be very romantic, under the stars, and camping.
Cindy, I was not in the military. I applied to the National Guard, the Army, and the Air Force, but because of my Ehlers-Danlos, they wouldn't take me. It's a huge risk for them. My left shoulder here has been surgically reconstructed twice, and is going to have to be replaced. I'm going to have both shoulders, both knees replaced before I'm 40, is what my orthopedic says. So, what is that? Oh, that's
Keep
Stephanie's
talking,
grandma.
I'll just shower that with them.
So no military service for me. I really support the military. My grandfather was in World War II. He's a pilot. Well, do exactly what they tell you to, Cindy. The reason I had to, well, he did it wrong the first time, but definitely do what they tell you to do. Do the therapy the right way. Do it at home. Whatever homework they give you for physical therapy, do
Where's
it.
my cookie?
Your cookie? This cookie?
You already want one?
No. The physical therapy is very important, and God bless you, Melissa. And then the sling that they put you in, don't try and get out of it sooner than you need to. That's also very important. That immobilization sling will help you better than anything. That physical therapy is going to hurt, but it's definitely worth it to do the therapy. I did my physical therapy the right way for the second one. Worked out a lot better for me than the first one. So, Stephanie goes to church with me sometimes. So I'm the youth minister at my church. What?
Go ahead.
And she goes to her church.
Don't give out names.
I'm not.
Don't give out
It's
names.
like the 50th time she's told me that in
I
the
know.
last hour. We've been dating a year, Jesse. So I've been to Stephanie's church once. With me being the youth minister at my church, it's harder for me to get away. And my kids at my church are, not to say that they're more important to me than Stephanie by any means, but they're a really important part of my life. So it's difficult for me to get away. But on the weekends when Stephanie, it doesn't have the kids. If she comes up and stays with me for the
I go to
weekend,
your
if I'm
church.
not working, she'll come to my church, and sometimes I can con her into playing the piano for us.
And I have been to your church for almost a year.
Not every Sunday.
Almost, because I was working. Every other Sunday I couldn't go, but I
Wow.
was legit.
That's what I'm saying. On the Sundays you were with me, you were going to my church. But I did go to Stephanie's church 3 weeks
And
ago.
they're phenomenal people. They're very, like, they're awesome. They took me in like I feel like family there. I really do.
Yeah, and
It's just there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's not how I like.
we both feel a little out of place at my church because I was not raised Methodist.
But it's not that type of out of place. It's just
It's a different style of worship, and it's just not something that either one of us are really used to. I still struggle with it a bit.
Yes, Barbie, you will be. You're going to be in my wedding.
But I'm the youth pastor there. I'm on the church council. Every Sunday before Sunday school, I get there at 7:30, and I make breakfast for whoever wants to show up as a free ministry, and we invite the local law enforcement that are out on patrol. I think we've only ever had one person come in and take advantage of that, but Pam wants to know if you're still feeling groggy or weird.
I slept a long time today. Like 2 different times. I don't feel weird. I just feel drained and just kind of. But I'm a person that I'm just like this.
Well, thank you for your service, Cindy. I appreciate that. I have several cousins who are in law enforcement, so I appreciate your service. I know it's a tough job.
Barbie, so I guess you need to invite, right?
She told me I could pick the day and the place. It's the only thing I'm allowed to pick for the wedding, the day and the place. So
When do you think it will be? Like next year?
I told her I'd marry her tomorrow if she would.
Yeah, but we're not.
See? In it to win it. She's really enjoying that cookie.
Was it getting on your nerves? I'm like right in your ear.
I'm not one of those people that gets irritated by people chewing. I mean, it's not really a sound you can help.
Doesn't he look like a mini virgin? Virgin. No.
Mini virgin.
Virgin, sorry.
First time I've ever heard that one. There's nothing
No.
mini about me.
Listen.
I'm 50 pounds overweight.
He looks like a mini version. And the first time I met him, I was like, dang, Johnny Cash.
No, so
In his younger days, there's
she's
a
the
nice, good-looking picture. He's freaking hot.
she's the second person to tell me that. I do not look anything
Look at
like
his black
Johnny
hair.
Cash.
Look how pretty his black hair is. He looks like a little miniature version of Johnny Cash. Johnny, turn your head sideways. Yes, all he needs is a guitar.
See those fat cheeks?
And turn your head that way. Elvis? Yes,
No.
girl, look at that red hair. It's so pretty.
Red hair.
Black hair. It's my sedation. What I had today.
Her sedation.
But he does like that. That's the resemblance, and like how Johnny Cash has that secretive, different vibe about him. This man's got it too, and I love it. Well,
I do have really long. I've heard that since I was 4 years old.
on Halloween we're gonna do his eyelashes.
No, we are not. Yeah, I tend to be a lot calmer than most people. It really irritates my family and my friends.
Thank you, Melissa.
I am a firm believer in providence and the fact that I believe God gave us free will, and I believe we have the right to choose and make our own choices throughout our lives, but that God knows every possible outcome of every possible choice we could make in every possible situation in our lives. So I let go of the sense of control a long time ago, and it allows me to lead a more stress and worry-free life. No, I cannot sing. Regardless of what this blonde woman would tell you, I cannot sing.
I have recorded him
That's incorrect.
a couple of times on my face or my YouTube or my phone.
We met at a Cub Scout sign-up night. I recruited her 2 boys into Cub Scouts.
That's how we met per se, but literally like dating and getting
It was about a
it's a
month
whole
after that.
another world of that.
Born and raised in Tennessee, yes, Monroe County. That's
what
not
else?
specific enough for them to hunt me down, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I finally caught you. Hello, how are you doing?
Keeping up with the Morrows. I have a cousin with the last name Morrow.
Thank you.
It's what happens when you're with a fat man that can cook.
Thank you. Who is that? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If anybody knows, this man has reminded me about faith and patience and okay, so
She has no patience, by the way.
but listen, but it's not that kind. This is just dealing with my back and stuff. I have patience with my kids and just everything like that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But with my back and what's that say?
Hey, you should come to my church and be the nursery lady, because ours just had to, she's helping take care of her dad, and she had to take a second job, and she's not going to be able to be there anymore. Oh, Cindy, no.
But he has
No.
reminded me, what was that?
We can take you to Dollywood when you come to visit, but so folks, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Sevierville is a big tourist trap. There's about 1 billion other places
Yes, Barbie, do it, sister.
that
I'll
I could
let
show you
know.
in Tennessee. You need to stay in Knoxville, because anywhere
Yes,
within
yes,
an hour
you're my
of
makeup
Knoxville,
artist. That's a plus. Keep going.
anywhere within an hour of Knoxville, I can show you 1,000 other things to do outside of Pigeon Forge. Not to say that there's not stuff to do there, but Dollywood is awesome if you've never been. I love to go to Dollywood. I'm a roller coaster nut. I love to go on the roller coasters. How far do you guys live from each other? About, if I'm driving, about
An hour
30,
for me.
30 minutes. If she's driving, it's an hour. So,
Barbie's doing my makeup and possibly flowers.
I can't, like reading Keeping Up with the Morrows, I can't keep up with the
But
comments.
but while he's reading that about the faith situation, like he has really opened my eyes a lot about learning and believing how some things you can't just change situations. And I'm one of those that want to be better quickly, and I don't like being down. And my ex is the musician in Nashville. But he has been a huge
Oh, no. That's me
encouragement.
driving the speed limit now, Mr. or Mrs. Young.
Love you, Joanne.
Good
Okay,
night.
good night. Sweet dreams. Girl.
No, I drive the speed limit. So exit, coffee. That's what she needs at 8 o'clock. Exit to exit. My dessert making skills are weak.
Your
Do
what?
we have a dog outside?
No, probably so.
We go let them in. I think they're barking.
No,
at the
they're
door.
right here, honey.
Oh.
They hear somebody.
Dessert making. Oh snap! Dessert making skills are kind of weak. I do make a really mean panna cotta. For those
Quit
of
that
you
mess.
who know what panna cotta is, I make really good panna cotta. I can't bake to save my life or anybody else's. I almost failed out of culinary school because of it. I really struggle with that. I also really struggle with accounting class when I was in college, because that hemisphere of the brain controls all of that precise measurement type stuff, and I don't like it. The dinner that I threw together tonight,
What's that say at the bottom?
got to
Bye,
go, guys.
honey.
Good
Have a
night.
good night.
Good night, Melissa. So no dessert making skills for me. I'm currently in the process of begging my 80-year-old grandmother to teach me how to make her apple stack cake, which is every bite is like a succulent gift from heaven. But so far
He
the
can
answer's been
cook
no
like a
every
daggum
time.
pro.
Cook, yes. Dessert, no. What else were we talking about? Who else had a question? I felt like I was answering a question, and then I got asked another question.
And he had a beautiful tie on, and it was so beautiful and gorgeous. Because he's so beautiful.
I wear a tie most days.
His, like, the way he dresses is so pretty and so
I'm either in a tie or I'm in my scout uniform.
sophisticated, I
That's-
guess you would say.
I'm not a very sophisticated person.
But you are in ways.
What kind of music do I listen to?
Oh, old school.
I listen to a little bit of everything. So
Why did that come on?
I don't know. My Pandora, so I have Pandora Premium because I drive so much. I drive about 5,000 miles a month for my job. So I bought Pandora Premium, which is like the best $7 a month that I spend. And I have the Thumbprint radio, which brings in a mix of all of my stations. So it'd be nothing for you to sit in my car and go from listening to country music to listening to some Disney tunes.
Because he's weird like that, but he's
That's
weird
not
in a
weird.
good way. He's weird.
It is not weird. You know, I am a dapper Dan. I don't like fop.
Do y'all
okay?
get a sarcastic
Easy,
side?
easy. Stephanie likes to tickle me.
He's ticklish right in here.
I don't like it.
I get it all the time.
I don't like it. So no, you could go from listening to George Strait to hearing the bare necessities from the original Jungle Book to hearing Weird Al singing Party in the CIA to hearing Led Zeppelin to Michael Bublé to the Glenn Miller Band In the Mood, and then turn right back around and go to Ozzy Osbourne or Van Halen or Aerosmith. I really like Aerosmith, ZZ Top, AC/DC, Savage Garden. Joe Diffie's my favorite, probably my all-time favorite country singer is Joe Diffie.
And this man, believe it or not, done a karaoke one night in North Carolina. And he,
under great duress,
and you
mind
done it
you.
for me.
Under great duress. I love Journey. Do a lot of Don't Stop Believin'. Karma Bee. I'm not mature. No, that's.
He's like a kid.
I am. I'm a big kid.
He's mature, but he's got a kid side about him too.
I am a.
You're mature as an
I'm
adult.
an 80-year-old soul with a 15-year-old's mind stuck in a 32-year-old's body. My favorite actor and actress. I would probably say Chris Evans has been one of my favorite actors for the last 10 years. I'm a huge Captain America fan. I'm a huge fan of Stan Lee and Marvel. As a scout, I really appreciated the fact that Captain America's character and the way that Steve Rogers portrayed Captain America was all based around an Eagle Scout. And I can appreciate that. I share those same kind of values and moral set. So, actress, probably Julie Andrews, I would have to imagine. All-time favorite movie, animated would be the animated Robin Hood from Disney. And then mixed animation and live action would probably be Chris is from... live action animation mix would either be the original Mary Poppins or Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and then regular live action movie would probably be Captain America: The First Avenger. Thank you, Patty. Disney music is not weird. Cindy, I do like Def Leppard. I don't listen to a whole lot of their stuff, but well, that's a good song too for Monty Python. Always look on the bright side of life. When life seems quite absurd and death's the final word. It's a good time. Stephanie and I do not share the same taste in movies, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-mm.
Stephanie likes scary movies, which I don't appreciate.
And I like girly. Oh, we watched Wine Country.
That
Oh
was
my
a
gosh,
that was a
that
decent movie.
was phenomenal.
Amy Poehler, Sherry O'Terre, that other lady from Saturday Night Live, the lady from Grown Ups. See, you know, it's not that I don't like scary stuff. It's that I don't really find any of the movies that she watches scary. I mean, they're kind of suspenseful, but do you believe in ghosts?
And thank you, Karen. Love you, girl.
You know, I'll say, biblically speaking, and speaking as a, we did not go to the Strawberry Festival.
No, I missed it, and I wanted to go. Next year when we're settled, we'll go.
We're going to the Rhododendron Festival, though. So, with that being said, you know, scripturally, there is no backup for ghosts or ghouls or
But there's
goblins
evil
or anything
spirits.
like that.
Evil spirits.
Yes, I've seen Endgame twice, loved it. I love chick flicks. They get me.
The
That's
weather's
beautiful,
grand.
beautiful weather.
Cold, Blackberry weather.
So no, scripturally speaking, there's no basis for ghosts or goblins or ghouls or anything like that. But I will say, I think there are things that
Thank you, honey.
science can't necessarily explain. I think that I believe that God created everything, and I believe that evolution after the fact is part of God's plan. I mean, there's evolution examples of stuff that's happened in the last 100 to 1,000 years that have helped things adapt and things like that. So I believe that there's all kinds of stuff that we can't explain. I think that there's lots of new stuff in the world today that's not addressed in the Bible at all, and any of the scriptures that we have as part of our contextual scripture. But I've never had a personal paranormal experience, but I know several people that have, several people that I trust implicitly. That I would say, sure, I probably would believe that there's stuff out there that we can't explain that doesn't necessarily make sense to me otherwise. Anybody else have questions? There's a lot of people that want me to be a pastor, Karma, and I'm not ready to make that commitment. I don't fully lead the right lifestyle
God's
to be a
got a plan,
pastor.
though. Yes, he does.
There's a lot. No, I don't lead the right lifestyle to be a pastor.
Well, I didn't say that, but I said God's got a plan.
So I've got. We're actually getting ready to start a 4 or 5 week Bible study on the book of Titus. So if you guys are Christians, or if you have a Bible and you want to check that out, the book of Titus gives you some basic instructions for good Christian living. It gives you basic instructions for what qualifies someone to be a pastor, what qualifies someone to teach, and it gives you some good information for young men and young women and to how they should look out for one another. And that's what I'll be doing with my youth group for the next month and a half or so. Work. She goes back to work for a 4-hour shift starting on Tuesday, and we're going to see how that goes after some physical therapy and stuff. Favorite type of food? Italian. I mean, I am addicted to pasta, and I gave up processed pasta at the beginning of the year, so now if I want pasta, I have to make it myself from scratch with my pasta machine. For sale, traditionalgreekcuisine.com. I'm not sure what that is, Brian. I do love Greek food, though. Have you ever considered doing your own YouTube channel? Yeah, but I don't necessarily know that I have the wherewithal to make something like that happen. Do you play golf? I despise the game of golf. Mostly because I can't swing the club. The Ehlers-Danlos, hey, Jay Smith's on. The Ehlers-Danlos really prevents me from having a good swing, and I mean I can putt like nobody's business.
Elvis and Johnny Cash, absolutely.
I know, Cindy. I'm sorry. I really hate golf. What's my favorite sport? Cubs baseball. That's it. And whatever my kids are playing, and yes, I refer to Stephanie's kids as my kids. But no, I've never been a sports fan. I've been in scouting my entire life. And sports never really appealed to me. I do like baseball. Hunka burning love. See, that just makes me think of Avengers Infinity War. The hunka
burning
Hulka burning fudge. But my favorite show, Supernatural and The Blacklist. Supernatural is awesome. They they mix in just the right amount of folklore and scripture and action and adventure and love and all that kind of stuff. It's just really a good all around show.
Keep on the hunt, Pam, about those wafers.
Now, most of it's garbage. I mean, I don't think there's Wendigos out in the woods looking to eat people, and I don't think God is the ultimate villain of the universe. But that's that seems to be the direction they're going with the final season.
Show them those flowers.
Who is our actress crush? And Stephanie, who is your actor man crush? I'm pretty sure I could answer that. Go ahead, tell him. Tell him. I'll
have a
tell him
couple.
mine if you
Who-
tell me
who-
yours.
okay, who do you think?
You tell one and then we'll both do two. You tell one and then I'll tell one.
Okay, I'm gonna do 3 at a time, and that's it.
Okay.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, gross.
Okay, Tom Cruise.
He's a lunatic.
But look, this was back in middle school. I had him all over
Yeah,
my.
but he looks the same.
I know, but I had him all over my what do you call it?
Bedroom.
No, oh
Locker?
yeah, locker, my
There we
bedroom.
go.
Tom Cruise, Trace Adkins, and Blake Shelton. Yes, girl, yes.
Okay, Tom
And Trace
Cruise.
Shelton.
Thank you, Cindy. Tom Cruise is nuts. He's a lunatic. Yes, Hillary. Yes, she did get hurt at work. Trace Adkins. Who doesn't like Trace Adkins? I can appreciate that. Who was the other one?
Blake Shelton.
Oh no, don't like him. He's a womanizer.
Well, that was a long time ago, not so much now.
So mine would probably be so Amanda Tapping was my celebrity crush for my entire youth. She was on my all-time favorite TV show, Stargate SG-1. She plays a small role on Supernatural and does some other stuff. Not Taylor Swift. Who's the other blonde country singer?
Jennifer Nettles.
No. Kelly Pickler. I like her. And the other one, I'd say going back, like not
Dolly
to,
Parton.
no, like not to be not Carrie Underwood, Cindy, but she's a beautiful lady. But I would say going back to my love for The Office and my love for old movies, it would probably be Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yummy Blake.
Tell
No,
them
Pam.
about your blonde situation, my friend.
My what?
Your blonde situation.
Blind
Like,
situation?
Blonde.
Blonde? What about it?
You know, like you never really.
Oh yeah, I'd never dated a blonde girl before Stephanie. Leanne Rhymes. You know, I think the world's forgotten about Leanne Rhymes.
Barbie, I got a girl crush.
Y'all could admit your private crush. It's me. Oh, Barbie says our private crush is her.
You mean tell who my girl crush is? Dolly Parton, Jennifer Nettles, and Faith Hill, and Reba McEntire, and Dolly Parton times 100. She's beautiful. She's outstanding. She's very she's selfless. She loves God, and she's just phenomenal. Like, I love her so much.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Oh, it's 9:35.
I thought that said 11:12. I was like, there ain't no way.
I was just thinking about going out to the Midtown ice cream shop, but I'm sure they're closed by now. That sucks.
Oh, that hurts. What that says.
It says time just flies.
You can go out and see, and I can bring this along.
No, I know they're closed.
Yes, she is, sweetie. However, me and Barbara used to do late night dates.
Good night, Pam. Have a blessed evening. We'll pray for you too.
Didn't we, Barbie?
Are you a political person? So I feel like that's a tough question to answer. So I took political science in college,
I think
and
my phone's getting ready to shut down
what?
because it's going crazy.
Hang on.
Hang on.
It says it's got 6%.
Yeah, I know, but
So I've got anyway. We took political science in college. They make you take this test where you're supposed to show whether you lean left or right on the Democrat-Republican scale, and I landed, according to my professor, as close to the center of the axis, like this, you know what I'm talking about, the perpendicular, the right at the middle, like 0.1 off to the right, I think, in my political viewpoints or standings. They made me take that test 3 times with 3 different sets of questions, and I ended up the same place every time. My view on politics is I vote for. Are you leaving, Cindy? Good night, honey. Be safe if you're going to work tomorrow. I don't know if you're still in law enforcement. I know you said you were, or that you used to be, but I don't know if you still are. But if you are, be safe in the line of duty. So yes, I am just dead middle of the road. I vote for whoever I think or whoever I believe will do the better job. Well, be safe tomorrow if you're working, Cindy. I'll put you on my prayer list, honey. I appreciate everything that our law enforcement does, and fire and EMS, all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's right. You're having rotator cuff surgery on the 3rd. Well, we'll be praying for you, and you keep us posted. So yeah, whoever's gonna do the best job. You know, Megan, I don't know that I like Trump. I don't know that I don't like him. I'll say that thus far, the decisions he's made haven't seemed to have had a direct impact on me or what I do for a living or my family. You know, I mean, I know the healthcare system is still a big debacle, which affects some of my older relatives, but for the most part, I've not felt any of the real economic or social crunch just yet. I'm not a huge follower of the news, mainly because I believe that we're filled with a bunch of nonsense rather than actual news. I will say that I respect Trump for holding the office, because again, scripturally, that's what the Bible tells us to do, is to respect those that God puts in authority over our lives. And like I said, I believe in providence, so I believe it was destiny for Trump to be our president, that it was God's divine plan and intervention that made that happen, and that God's going to see us through. And I think if more people had that kind of faith, that the world would be a lot better of a place. Let's see. Yeah, so I can appreciate that, Megan. I'm the kind of person that I can debate with you and then take you out for dinner on the same night. Stephanie, I'll do those dishes. Leave them there. Yes, I took Stephanie to see the movie Breakthrough 2 weeks ago. I cried like a lunatic the entire time, which pretty much everybody in the theater did. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a great story of faith, the kind of faith that we all dream and wish we could have. That mother really had that faith. You know, the Bible says the size of a grain of mustard seed, and if you speak up to the mountain, be ye moved and cast into the sea, the mountain will uproot itself and cast itself into the sea. So that mother showed an incredible amount of faith and determination. But faith is not the overall message of that movie, in my opinion. And the mother might disagree, or the writers may disagree, but the overall message of that movie is surrendering yourself, surrendering your problems, your issues to the Lord, and knowing that He's the only one that can bring you through it. Will you let the dogs in, Steph? Hang on. She's going to let the dogs in. So go watch the movie. Watch it all the way through. I mean, you know, we all know what's going to happen, because there wouldn't be a movie if it didn't happen that way. But the overall message is not faith. Faith is a very strong part of the message of that movie, but it is not the overlying lesson to be learned there.
Gosh, that coffee's wonderful.
What was the other question we were asking? Why do you think Stephanie is out of your league? Well, she's gorgeous. I'm fat.
That is not true. You're not fat.
I'm 50 pounds overweight, folks. I'm working on it. I've lost almost 30 pounds since January the 1st. I cut out soda January the 1st. And normally this is the time of year where I'd pick it back up, because I do it every year. I cut it out January the 1st, or I give it up for Lent. But I've not picked it back up yet. I have no intention to. I gave up fast food March the 1st. February, I gave up... What did I give up in February? I don't remember. But anyway, I've been cutting stuff out.
And you shouldn't feel out of my league. I am so flawed.
Well, we're all flawed, but still.
Big time.
Yes, thank you, Barbie. She does need to stop putting yourself down. So, you know, is it Luda? Is that right? Luda Reina? I've been to the gym a couple of times. I can walk. I can do the treadmill, the elliptical, that kind of stuff a lot easier. But for the most part, I have to really be careful at the gym because of my Ehlers-Danlos. It won't take much to knock this shoulder right out of place again, and I'm just not in a place where I would like to have it replaced just yet. Congratulations, Miss Hopkins. keep working. I know I am until I get to my goal, and you may be at your goal now. I'm not sure, but Megan, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is it's a multifaceted disorder. It affects different people in different ways. So my sister and I both have it. My sister has what's called type 4 EDS, and so she has kyphosis and scoliosis in her back, which for the most part has straightened itself out over time. We had to have several procedures when she was younger, but she also has what's called an Arnold-Chiari malformation. So to get technical, the foramen magnum, which is the hole about the size of your fist in the back of your skull, where your spinal cord attaches to your brain, that back part of your brain called the cerebellum was pushing through. Yes, it is genetic, Megan. The back part of her brain, the cerebellum, was trying to push its way through the foramen magnum and put pressure on her spinal cord, created a cyst. So now they had to go in and bore that hole out a little bigger and put some like stainless steel kind of mesh, similar to hernia mesh or something like that, to hold her brain in place. So I have what's called type 2, or what my orthopedic surgeon believes to be type 2 EDS, which is over-elasticity of the joints or over-mobility of the joints. So, I can touch my thumb to my forearm with no pain, and I've popped my joints all the time. I thought about trying the keto diet for a while, but I think I'm going to try it my way for a little bit longer because it seems to be working. I really think if I get out and start walking, now that the weather's cleared up, the weather's been pretty crazy here in Tennessee, but now that it's starting to clear up and it's a little warmer, I'm going to start walking my dogs a couple of miles each day. Particularly in the summer, I have a lot more, not spare time, but a lot less hectic time with my job. And I'll be spending some more time with my dogs and walking them, and I think that'll help me more than anything.
That was my heart pill, by the way, that y'all just seen me take.
Let's see. Yeah, so we'll be in North Carolina before long. My mom and dad live up there in western North Carolina. They live in somewhere around Boone, not in Boone, but somewhere around Boone. I can't remember the name of the town, but they rent a cabin up there. So Stephanie and I will be up there several times throughout the summer and the fall. My dad works sometimes at Grandfather Mountain as a volunteer coordinator. So we'll be going to Grandfather Mountain several times and Blowing Rock and all those places. Barbie, I will tag you in a picture on Stephanie's profile page with my dogs. We're at Stephanie's place right now.
Are you friends with Barbie?
I don't think so.
Tell her to send you a request.
Yeah, Barbie, you can friend request me off Stephanie's Facebook page, and I'll take care of that. I'll show you my dogs. You just now got sick, Luda? I'm sorry to hear that.
Goodness.
So, let's see, did I miss anybody's questions? I don't think I did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been dealing with that too. My allergies have been giving me a fit for a long time, but I decided to try that new allergy medicine that they've been advertising, that Zizal, the one with the weird owl, and it is a miracle worker. I love it. It works better than Zyrtec and in half the time. Are you ever going to tell us about the ceiling fan fire? So I was making dinner, what was that, about a month ago now? I was making dinner, and I had I normally leave my ceiling fan on, like, all the time in the living room. It just helps circulate the air. And I was talking to Stephanie on the phone. Or no, I was watching her. I was watching her live. That's right, I remember. YouTube Live, not Facebook Live.
Yeah, YouTube Live.
And, hello, Amanda. That was the loudest swallow in human history.
That was good. You want a sup?
No. A sup?
Mm-hmm.
Would have taken a sip, but not a sup.
Yeah.
Sup.
See, that's the...
It's not sarcasm. Like, for me, sup is like, sup, bro.
There it went again.
Oh, I'm not giving up on the weight loss. I will be at my target weight by the time Stephanie and I get married.
And
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my weight loss down too. I want to get
she
to about
doesn't need
100.
to lose any weight.
I'm gonna get down to 135.
So,
He does. He drinks Starbucks every now and again, but he's not a huge coffee drinker.
well, I don't need the caffeine to like stay awake or anything or do stuff. She starts to try to go back to work on Tuesday, Pam. They've ordered her on a 4-hour shift, half-hour work, half-hour sitting stuff for 4 hours a day until we can get it under control. So anyway, I'm cooking dinner and I'm watching Stephanie on YouTube Live and, being an awesome moderator like I am and booting people left and right. And then all of a sudden I'm like,
My face is swollen from those injections. I look like a fat cow.
yeah, it's a lot of steroids.
Look at that. It's
not swollen.
Yes, it is. Since I came back, it's like real huge. I look big.
Lord have mercy. So at any rate, I start to smell something. And I'm like, I'm not burning it. Like I just started cooking dinner. How could anything be burned already? And I do burn stuff from time to time. But and then I was like, nope, that's electrical. That is not food. So I'm checking the oven. I looked at the microwave because I think I was microwaving one of those bags of instant rice from Uncle Ben's. If you don't use those, you should try them out. Oh yes, Pam, I am quick with that block. So anyway, I'm looking at all my kitchen appliances, and then I turn around because my dog, Brandy, is just like looking straight up because I have a huge crate for her, and when I'm cooking, I tend to put her in the crate, or I'll chain her up outside on her lead because she likes to put her paws up on the stove. I'm really afraid she's going to get burned. And she's a puppy, so I'm trying not to be too hard on her. But anyway, she's looking straight up, I look straight up, and my ceiling fan is just billowing smoke like nobody's business. So I shut the light switch off, I run out, shut the breaker off, and I called my landlord and said, hey, ceiling fan caught fire today. So, because you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire, so we have no doubt that and inside the mechanism, there's some electrical burns. So, had I not noticed it when I did, it probably could have ended up a lot worse than it did. So, yes, we will have 4 dogs when we marry. Now, when we marry, I'm looking for us a house right now.
In my town.
Yes, in Rockwood. I'll be relocating. And Brandy may stay outside, or at least in the garage, when we're moved in there.
Have to do that.
Just until we get everybody moved in and acquainted. That'll be a huge adjustment. There'll be 6 people, 4 dogs, and a snake.
Oh yeah, we got to get Snaky back.
We'll take Snaky back.
And he's not ate in a long, long time.
He'll eat when he's ready.
Well, he was shedding, so I think he's just transitioning to be bigger.
So
you got to get that other thing up there.
I brought him a bigger terrarium. Hello, Outlaw Creative.
Hey, girl.
I don't know any of you people other than the fact that some of us have conversed on her channel. Oh, excuse me. So, for those of you just joining us,
isn't it hot in the garage?
Actually, my garage is really cool. I have a window fan in there. Now, Brandy's inside the house for me all the time.
But she's talking about whenever we'll
have
an outside fence. For
yeah,
all of them.
yeah, we'll have a
get
fenced-in backyard
or
and
something in that matter.
Mad Hatter, that's a complicated question.
We didn't address that.
Yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility in the future.
Don't go into that.
Let's see.
But anyways.
But yeah, I would never leave my dog in a hot garage, Pam. If that became an issue, like my grandparents have a finished garage attached to their house, so it's air conditioned just like the rest of the house. So we would have that. Bernice, we attend the same church sometimes, but not most of the time. I'm the youth minister at my church, and she's an active member of her church. So
thank you. Love you too.
Do you like cats? I don't have an issue with cats. I'm allergic to cats. but I don't.
It's not our choice of pet.
No, not at all. Yeah, Pam,
And my
I know what
kids
you're
are
saying.
allergic to some of 'em.
Tennessee, I joke with people all the time because, yesterday it struggled to get above 60 degrees, and today it's 80 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be 50. You never know what's going to happen. I do love all critters, Barbie, minus spiders. That is my one fear.
Yeah, he freaks out, but who don't?
It's bad. It's really bad. I mean, I'd jump in front of a bullet for anybody, but if there's a spider, I'm probably going to jump into a chair and scream like a little girl. Yeah, I have a friend that lives in Seattle, and one of my best friends is from Seattle. Thank you, Barbie. I can appreciate that. No, I'm not afraid of snakes. I'm good with those. Yeah, Florida's definitely hot. My dad and mom lived in Florida. They lived in Florida half the year and in North Carolina half the year. My mom's a travel nurse. And 2 days before they left Florida, they went walking on this beach, and my dad got third-degree burns on the bottoms of both of his feet because the sand was so insanely hot that it melted his feet.
It was bad.
Nasty. But thankfully, I'm blessed with a beautiful girlfriend who, in my absence, drove up with my sister to help my parents move into their cabin in North Carolina when they left Florida. So, yes, it is crazy, Jay Smith. Very crazy. Very nasty pictures. Kissimmee. I've never been to Kissimmee. I don't think. I'm not really a big Florida fan. I like the East Coast, but I'm more of a Charleston fan. There's more... there's a lot of beaches. They're not as crowded. There's a lot of historical stuff to do. I told the kids we'd take them there hopefully this summer and let them tour the battleship at Patriots Point and go in the submarine, which, of course, the boys freaked out about. But there's a lot of cool shops and things like that for Stephanie and the girls to do, too. Oh, yeah, I could not live in Florida. Like the weather we've had in Tennessee this week has been perfect. Not humid. The pollen count's been really low this week. Yeah, I think they will, Barbie. Pennsylvania. I had a friend that lived in Pennsylvania, Jay Smith. She was from, not Philly, and not Pittsburgh, but somewhere around there. What country would you travel to? I have a deep and desperate desire to go to Italy. It's the motherland for me. If you know John Panette, if you ever heard any of his stand-up comedy, I identify a lot with that man. But I still have relatives that live in Italy, in Florence, Rome, Naples, Sicily. I'd like to go over there and try and retrace some of my heritage and my roots, and I'd love to take her and show her what real Italian food tastes like. She probably is pretty sleepy. It's boring to listen to me talk.
No, it ain't that. It's just where I had that sedation. And I'm feeling that I'm winding down. Oh, and he just said that I helped his parents move. I know there's going to be some backlash on that. I didn't help them move anything.
She didn't move any boxes
Everything
or anything.
was moved into the house. I need to clarify it.
Yeah.
Everything was moved in the house. All that me and his sister done was wash dishes, dried them, put them away,
Yeah.
and moved like little bitty
the guys that my
So,
dad works with at Grandfather Mountain were the ones that moved all the boxes and stuff into the cabin when they got there. Stephanie was more there for one, so my sister would have somebody to ride with. It's a 4-hour trip.
Come around.
It's a 4-hour trip to the cabin
But
from
they would start on that
from
quickly.
Knoxville. I know. I should have clarified that in the beginning. And then Stephanie was there. Stephanie's a CNA, so she was able to help Mom
I watched
with
the undressing and
dad's
all this
feet
kind of stuff.
and all that kind of stuff. So it was a blessing.
So there, guys.
Yeah.
Those to you haters, I didn't move a thing.
Yeah,
So
no, that's not what she was there for. Brother was stationed in Venice, Italy. Yes, I would love to go to Venice, Italy. That's actually where one of my great-great-grandparents immigrated from. I have a copy of their Ellis Island record, and a picture of the ship they came over on, which is really cool.
Nutty Roxy.
Thank you, Luda. I'm really proud of my Italian heritage. Kansas City, is that what you're talking about, Megan? So I've been working on Stephanie's family tree for her. She's a lot of Western, Eastern Europe, Middle Eastern European. Lots of German, Welsh, English, Irish type background.
Hey, Suzanne. Love you, girlfriend.
Italy would be a great honeymoon
Was-
trip if I can swing that. What?
That would be a lot of money.
It would be a lot of money. Stephanie and I were talking. So our oldest daughter is in Washington D.C. this week on a school trip, and
Is that charging?
hang on, guys. No.
Yeah, it is. It's got the red on it.
Oh. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know what I'm looking at. So I was thinking that we might take our honeymoon trip to Washington, D.C., since neither of us have ever been, and it's something we both want to do. I'm thinking Italy may be like our 5-year anniversary trip. 23andMe is good. They do a lot more genetic type stuff. I did the Ancestry DNA kit. I was happy with the results. Not enough of my Italian family has done that particular kit to show where we're from, but I'm hoping that I've sent a message to a couple of my cousins that I know where we're related to in Italy to do it, so we'll see. I offered to buy the kit for 2 of them when they were on sale, but they said they were going to do it anyway.
And I look groggy. It's not that I...
Look, Luda says, what makes me angry the most? So, again, going back to Titus, I was telling some of you guys that were on earlier that I'm starting a 1 or 2 month study on the book of Titus for my youth group. I have got, I'm very slow to get angry.
Absolutely, he is. He's not drama at all.
If I get angry, somebody has pushed me to the absolute last end of my rope. In terms of pet peeves,
Stores, yes.
in terms of pet peeves, I have a few. If you're over the age of 18 and cannot put on a pair of matching socks, I don't understand that fad. I think it looks ridiculous. I really think it's all a big conspiracy. That we've lost socks for generations. You lose a sock and can't find it anywhere. And I do have a thick accent, Pam. It gets worse when I'm at home for a few days. My inner Monroe Countian comes out pretty hard.
Around me.
Well, that's true too. But what was I saying?
Pet peeves.
Pet peeves. So yeah. So mismatched socks. Terrible idea. I really hate when people say, and if anybody's done this on the page today, don't take it personally, but when somebody says, I've got a great ideal, no, you don't. I'm not a grammar Nazi, but no, you don't. It's impossible to have a great ideal. You can have a great idea. You can be in an ideal situation, but you cannot have a great ideal. No. Yeah, I got my raw DNA data back. A friend of mine is a certified genealogist, and she's working to put that on several other sites to link it up to some more stuff. Thank you, Jay Smith. Thank you.
Come here, Roxy. Come to mommy. Come on, baby doll.
Not sure what that means. Thanks,
What?
Suzanne. Somebody just put a random word up there.
Oh, it's probably...
So anyway, Lynn 2001 was timed out by Barbie. Thanks, Barbie.
Oh.
So other ones. So this is more for my northern relatives. They like to say the word both, as in like a cereal bowl with TH at the end. So if I ask them if they want a Coke or a Pepsi, they're like, I'll have both.
Mommy,
I'm like, nope, that's not even a word. And then I guess that's it, pet peeves wise, just those 3.
Well, mine is, if you are at an eating table, whether it's home, whether it's on your couch, whether it's
Don't
in a
put your elbows
restaurant,
on the table.
no. If somebody blows their nose while people are eating, I understand if it's an emergency, but just to sit there and just blow, it's the most disgusting, most hideous thing I have ever encountered in my life.
I don't like people who chew with their mouth open either. But so the kids do have a great dad.
Yeah, Justin's a phenomenal dad. He
Yeah,
is
so-
supportive. Justin likes TJ. They get along. Justin's a great father.
Yep.
And, you know, me and Justin are civil with one another. We talk when needed, you know, because just because we're divorced doesn't mean that we don't have 4 children together. We had those kids together, so therefore we have to have, you know, communication with our children. So,
Yep, and Justin knew that I had the intention to ask Stephanie to marry me as well. So I'm not sure what I did to bunch up your underwear there, Jay Bassam, but whatever it was, I apologize.
it's haters. Haters.
After Italy, where would you like to travel? So I've got some family from Germany and Croatia. I'd like to go to South Africa.
Me too.
I'd like to go, you know, if things ever calm down to the point where I would feel a little safer going, I'd like to go to Jerusalem one day.
Me too. I want to go to Alaska.
Well, we can go to Alaska. We could go to Alaska for our honeymoon.
Oh yes, let's do that.
I've not. So to clarify, Susan Bishop, I have not asked her to marry me yet. She knows it's coming because one of the kids spilled the beans pretty early on after I asked them.
Yellowstone.
And Yellowstone, I'd like to go there too, preferably before it all blows up. So, you know,
TJ.
you laugh. That'll happen in our lifetime.
No, quit. You're like so before it blows up.
It's a huge volcano.
I know, but still, don't say that.
So, anyway, watch the movie 2012. Yellowstone's going to erupt one day. Woody Harrelson.
Hey, put the video on Roxy. Look how pretty she looks. Her's
Oh.
a mommy's girl. She's listening to her mommy and daddy.
That's right, Susan Bishop, the super volcano. I'm pretty sure it was Isaiah that spilled the beans. Isaiah is also the one that said, I'm pretty sure it was Isaiah that said, I don't know why you haven't asked her yet. Is she not good enough? The boys and I get along a lot. I wouldn't say a lot better than the girls and I. The boys and I spend a lot more time together because the boys are in scouts with me. Yes, definitely.
Love you.
I've got a little more FaceTime with Gracie, but not as much with Caitlin. So I made it a point to be able to take Caitlin to drop her off for her Washington trip, and I took her out for Starbucks before, and we had some good chit chat on the way to the school. So
And they all four love TJ. Let me tell you, TJ has been a wonderful person, like to me and my kids, his family during Christmas time, and just all around. They took us in like we were family. Just like that. I mean, Christmas, Thanksgiving, you know, whatever the case may be, they took every one of us in, and not just me. You know how like you get in. I've never really experienced it as much, but like if you get in a relationship and you have kids, and it's just like those, like your kids
Sorry, I'm moving the
aren't
phone.
kind of part of that, but his family, they just took us in like we were family, and there wasn't no like weird feelings or anything like that. It was just like family.
4 months after we started dating, we had the kids for. Yes, we are the best. Don't you forget it, Becky.
Doesn't he look like Johnny Cash, Suzanne Light?
No, I do
A
not.
younger version? Absolutely, he does.
So 4 months after we started dating, we had the kids for fall break. Caitlin had already made plans like a month prior to stay with her friend for the week and do some stuff with her, but Stephanie and I took Gracie and Isaiah and Justice to Grandfather Mountain to stay with my parents for a few days, and my mom took off work for a couple of days and really tried to show the kids a good time, and Dad got us, free tickets to the mountain and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like all three of them had a blast. I know I missed a question just a second ago. How do you deal with negative people trying to put you and other people down? So here's what I'll say, and for those of you who Stephanie calls her haters that are watching
They're my
this
motivators.
or listening to this, bullies and negative people are put in your life for a reason.
Yes, he is amazing.
That reason is not
Yeah, they're awesome.
always the easiest to see. It is not always the easiest to cope with, but it's there. Most people put you down for the simple fact that they see something in you that they desire for themselves, that they either don't have, that they've lost, or that they don't feel that they can attain. It's what I tell my kids in the youth group when they're having difficulties at school with other kids is, this kid's picking on me, that kid's picking on my friend, and it's like, well, they see something in you that they're either jealous of or that they're afraid of. A lot of people can be afraid of other people's faith, other people's convictions, other people's happiness. They're afraid of other people's happiness because they don't have that ability. And happiness and joy. I believe depression's a real thing, but happiness and joy, those are choices. You have to get up every day and make the choice. Today I'm going to be happy. Today I'm going to find joy in something that happens to me. And Stephanie will tell you it's really irritating. It's the most irritating thing about me to all my family and my friends is that I try not to let anything get me down. I'll find some way to spin it off as God's plan. Bullying and those stories, kids killing themselves or
Oh my
people
gosh,
telling
me and
people to
Justice
kill
just had a
themselves.
conversation about that. It's horrible.
That's a very real problem in
I
society
mean, it's
today.
horrible.
And there's lots of great messages about why we should stop bullying. I think part of that is this thing here.
Social media too. Yep, social media.
Yeah, it's a terrible tool. I mean, it's a tool. It's not a toy. I don't consider having a cell phone a luxury or anything like
And just
that.
like
It's a tool.
just like YouTube, it is a sense of bullying. And if you're not strong enough, and if you're weak and you're already depressed, read them those lies. If you keep feeling and like going back and reading, you kind of start not really believing it, but believing it about yourself. Like, do I look fat? Like, and if someone's not strong enough and they're just losing it like that, that much, and it could send them over the edge to kill themselves just because of a comment.
When people bully people, they are trying to make themselves feel bigger and more powerful than they are. They're trying to give themselves a sense of self-worth that they either don't get at home or they don't get from their friends. And I would dare say that most of them are probably not involved in any kind of congregation. And that's a huge hole in your life that you don't realize you're missing. I was out of church from 2011 to 2017, about 6 years. I was out of church, partially because I was very angry with the Lord for the loss of a dear friend, and it took me a long time to overcome that. And also because the young lady that I was with before Stephanie had real struggles with her faith.
Absolutely, Suzanne.
And, that's true. And if you don't like something, don't watch it. And the people that are continuing to watch
But boy, they follow me, my haters.
Right.
But you know what?
And I really truly believe that's because you possess something that they desire.
Out of all of my haters, I have a phenomenal group of followers that have stood by me through my faults, through my failures, through my ups, through my downs, and they outweigh the bad. So
to go back to your question, Luda, it's important that those kids that are being bullied, I've got one in the refrigerator. It's important that those kids that are being bullied learn and are taught to stand up for themselves, not necessarily in a physical way, but to find the positive things about themselves that they recognize. It is sad that adults can be bullied too. It's really sad that adults feel the need to bully. But I pray for those folks. I pity those folks that feel the need to put other people down. And I'm not saying we don't all do it, because everybody gossips at some point, even if it's about something really small and insignificant. And that's another habit I'm really trying to break. But I'll take that out in a few minutes.
Yeah, I just want to say
it's one of those things where it's going to take a worldwide effort to end bullying. Sorry, I'm moving the phone so much, but my hand's getting a little tired. Bullying is there's no.
it's unacceptable, is what it is.
It is. It's unacceptable, but it's a problem that has no clear solution and no quick solution. The solution is clear. Just don't do it. But there's no concise or clear way on how to get there for everybody. And I hate that. I know kids that have been bullied. I know a kid in high school that took his own life because of it. And and you can't help but wonder, what could I have done to try and help that situation and make that better. But you never know. What else? I felt like there was another one. God bless you, Mary.
Turn the video around just a second when you get done. I gotta show them something. Y'all see this? Okay, I was told I look 5, 6, 7 months pregnant. This right here, my friends, is due to 4 beautiful kids of mine that I carried in my stomach, and I would go right back again tomorrow.
Hello, Serena.
Yesterday, and do it all over again. That's where that's from.
Serena, you haven't really missed anything unless there's things you want to know about me, because apparently that's what we've been talking about for the last 110 minutes. Sweet Jesus.
What was
That's
it?
a long time. Hey, what I miss, girl, from Serena French.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to go back and rewatch this video because it's getting late, and
It is hard to grow up in today's times, Jay Smith. Sorry, I have to close one eye to focus in. And even still, the optometrist says my eyes check out.
yeah, when we stand before God, guess what? We're gonna be standing before Him.
That's true.
Hey, Leanne, live, whatever. Amy, who is that? Mary,
And
who?
something to remember that I tell my kids at church.
Hey, Mary.
When Well, thanks for your opinion, Jay Bassam. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Appreciate that kind word.
I don't think that's going to be the case, but
No, him and
You're-
Justin get along phenomenal, actually.
so.
Delete that mess.
All right, so he's gone now.
There you go.
Now he's gone.
Snappy fingers.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know what his issue is. I know a lot of kids that would be in a lot of trouble if it weren't for their step parents.
Naughty chair for him. Haha,
Um,
that's right, Leanne.
Well, and it's those kind of comments that I don't understand. That person doesn't know the situation.
They don't need to understand.
Probably doesn't know the situation between Justin and Stephanie on what caused them to separate. Definitely doesn't know the situation between Stephanie and Johnny like the rest of us do. And doesn't know me.
But
So-
we're not getting into all of that because that's the past.
That's
and
right,
God
Susan.
knows everything. So
Um,
and
Yeah.
there's always 2 sides to every story between everyone.
That's true.
You know, there's 2 sides to every story to everyone. So that's the past. This is the future. I'm with TJ now, and what it is, people can't stand for one to be happy. Like if they're miserable, they can't stand it.
That goes back to what I was saying. There's something that they recognize in you. So
And
for all of you
recognizing
other
you.
folks that you have YouTube channels that have haters like Stephanie, when you have haters or bullies, whatever you want to call it,
The bigger the channel, the more haters you get.
the bunny shape. I don't know. I don't think we can see the moon yet
What's
where
that
we're
say?
at.
Oh,
Do you like that?
those were good.
Those were on sale at
TJ
Kroger.
brought me some water, kids.
They were on sale at Kroger.
Thank you for getting them.
Well, and my thing is, I don't know what that person would have to be jealous about.
It's probably haters, like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, even if they're haters, I mean, what do we have that they need to be jealous
You
about?
have to realize these people have sat and followed me for years. They study everything about me and they critique everything about me. And it's crazy. Yeah, they just want
Well,
attention.
that's all right, Barbie. They can have all the attention they want. Yeah, I am impressed that we have that many people still watching. I don't really think I'm all that interesting, but
Absolutely, you
There's
are. You're
117
quite. You
of
are
you here.
very. We all have a past. Amen. We all have a past. Good, bad, ups, downs. We all have one. So
well, I'm glad to hear that, Paula. She's been a blessing to me too. That's very true, Susan Bishop.
what else was I going to say real quick?
I don't know. Here, you hold it for a minute.
Is your hand getting tired?
I'm gonna get a Gatorade.
Don't let those idiots discourage you. I think they upset him. That's why I tried to.
Upset who? Me?
You, yes.
No, I didn't upset me. I got nothing to be upset
Don't
about.
listen. Don't let them upset you. Because TJ is an amazing person.
Here's the reality, folks.
And this ain't. Why is it doing that?
Our relationship is based right here. That's backwards. But
But
you
it's
get
okay.
the idea. And if that irritates people or causes them grief,
Sorry, guys.
sorry about your life.
But
If you guys haven't tried these Gatorade Zeros yet, so this is what I switched to when I gave up soda. They're sugar-free, carb-free, still have all the electrolytes you need. They still have some sodium, but not nearly as much as anything else, and there's only 5 calories per bottle. So that's
and they're really good
they
too.
are really good.
Let's see. What did Suzanne say here? Trying to read where did we let off at? Oh, we all have a pass. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Paula.
Oh, so I didn't tell you
Suzanne,
guys.
thank you, sweetheart.
I got Stephanie
Patty.
a special Mother's Day present.
Serena French.
I got her an antique piano from my home church that I grew up in.
I'm
so-
super excited, y'all. Whenever we get her house, that baby's going to be going in there. Just saying.
So it'll probably be moved to my house in Crossville for the time being because they want it out of the church as quick as we can. But it's an old antique player piano. So if you guys are familiar with that, it was made in Chicago, which means you could get the old reels and it would play automatically. Stephanie hadn't seen one before. I showed her a video of one. She thought
It's
it was
super
creepy.
cool. I've always wanted a piano. Like, my mama had them all the time. And I've got a keyboard, but there's nothing like having the feel to a real
So
piano.
this is an antique, like 75, 80-year-old piano that'll be in our house. And once we move it from Crossville to Rockwood, when we get the house together, then I'll have it professionally tuned and probably put a coat of clear coat over it to try and preserve the wood a little bit more.
That's going to be awesome. Wait a minute. Leanne, who in the world's missing, honey?
Hmm?
She said someone's missing. Leanne, honey, what's going on? Is it your pets or what? Suzanne, you and Amy, whenever we marry and we get a date, we've not even, like, he's not proposed to me yet, but it's in the making. But
I had a lot of things I wanted to do before I proposed. I needed to talk to all 4 of her kids individually. That was very important to me. And then I also went to where her mother and father are buried and put flowers on their graveside and told them, and I know that sounds weird to a lot of people. It sounded weird to her when I told her.
I kind of, I wasn't rude about it, but it kind of flipped me out a little bit. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like,
But
I don't have a lot of family, hardly any whatsoever, so he needed that, and like he needed to show respect for that.
I went to where her mother and father are buried. I put flowers on their graves, and I wrote them a note and put it there, but I read it to them first, and I told them it was my intention to marry their daughter and take care of her and her kids for the rest of my life, or as long as God would allow me to do it. So
Wasn't that sweet?
now that all that's out of the way, and the kids have spoiled the surprise anyway,
And everybody was like, oh my gosh, he is proposing to you today. I'm like, no, he's not proposed to me today. He had other things to do
yeah, so
before that.
it's coming. Within a month, it will happen.
Me and Suzanne talked about that situation.
What situation?
About the flowers in the
Oh.
grave.
Sorry if you thought it was weird.
Suzanne, add TJ on that app that we talk on. So, I'll message you here in a little bit.
What, do you talk to her on Marco Polo?
Mm-hmm.
I introduced her to Marco Polo, Suzanne. You're welcome. If you guys don't use Marco Polo, it's awesome. It's a video walkie-talkie app.
She uses Marco Polo.
I'm talking to all the other 115
Oh.
people that are on there.
Okay.
I can't believe how many of y'all think this is an interesting conversation.
But anyway, Suzanne, honey, you and Amy need to fly down to my wedding. I think Amy, or drive down or something. Amy said that she was going to whenever we marry, which it will probably be like a year from now, or like, when do you think? A year or so? He's
Sorry, I had a message. What was the question?
Like, what do you think will be the dates? We've not set a date yet.
I'd like to have a fall wedding, so I would say that probably means we'd wait till October of next year. I mean, we can pull one off in 5 months, but I don't necessarily think that's necessary.
5 months.
Well, if I proposed to you within a month and we did it in October,
Oh.
then we could plan one in 5 months. I mean, I don't necessarily want a big wedding, but I know that Stephanie didn't get to have
No,
a
a
wedding.
very.
Stephanie's never had a wedding before, so I want it to be her dream wedding. I could care less about me. As long as there's no salmon or tuna fish, Brussels sprouts, or asparagus served at the wedding, I'll be fine. I'd really like to cook for my own wedding, as arrogant as that sounds.
Whoever that would like to come are welcome. We don't have a date yet, so I'm not just pinpointing like certain people, but I talk to these people on a regular basis. So, yeah, those of you that follow me that would like to come, just message me or whatever.
And if you can't make it, we'll just live broadcast the whole thing.
Karen, yeah, we could do that. Karen, first of all,
Because I've already written
Leanne,
my wedding vows, too.
I am so sorry about your sister. Have you updated a video on your YouTube? I'm going to have to find out about that. That is so horrible. Jesus. I'll be praying for you, honey. Yes, these are wonderful. Ooh.
What?
Ooh. I was bending down and my shirt was down. Okay, hold on a minute. We're going to have to wrap this up here a minute. I'm getting tired. I'm going to have to lay down. I got therapy in the morning.
I'll stay on and talk to you guys if you want me to.
Okay, let's see.
Because I'm not tired. And I know her dogs are going to keep me up all night.
Lee and Liv, they are not. They will sleep with me.
Well, that means I'm sleeping on the couch.
But no,
I guess.
they will sleep underneath beside me. They scare you by getting underneath and scaring
They really
the far out of
do.
you. They scare
really do.
them.
My dogs are big, so when they sleep in the bed with me, I know when they're moving around. Her dog, the first night that I slept in her bed that I stayed over, one of the dogs like brushed up against my leg in the middle of the night, and her dogs are like this big. I thought there was a rat in the bed.
And then you thought somebody broke in and was in her bed.
I really did, yeah.
Yeah, he really did. True story. I was like, goodness. I'm just, I said that too. I will fight for the basket Barbie. Fall is great. Time to marry. It's not so hot then. Life is short. Yes, I mean, we're going to pray about it and talk about it. And we've been together for a year. I typically, like, we talked about waiting another year and then, like, setting a date that following year. But I don't know yet. All that I do know is that when you're ready, you're ready. You just got to take and leap in and go for it. So,
and we're going to go through some premarital counseling before too, because I know one point of contention that we've had in the past is the fact that we go to different churches on a regular basis most of the time, and my standpoint on that is the fact that as long as you've accepted the plan of salvation and you believe that Christ is your personal Savior, that it doesn't matter that we go to different churches because flower petal just fell off. So we're all going to go to the same place because we believe the same thing.
yep. I'm so sorry, Leanne, sweetheart. Yeah, he has beautiful eyes, don't he?
They're big.
They're beautiful. So are we going to go and get one of those books tomorrow?
We will go get a wedding book tomorrow.
We've got to. We got to get, like, what we want planned.
I think she's got the whole thing planned out in her head already.
I've got most of it, yes.
Mhm.
It's going to be a very simple, elegant, country wedding.
That's what she says now.
No, I'm a very simple girl. Like, I never ask for anything other than coffee.
If you all could see the collection of perfume and lotion that this girl has.
But yeah, that's my addiction. That's one of my addictions. They know. They've seen my collection videos.
It's nothing simple about that.
But look, I went through a lot of it though. I told Katie, I'm like, we are dwindling all this crap down. I'm gonna
Smallin'?
I'm gonna make my collection
I'm not
smaller.
sure how we small anything. Probably how we get into an ideal plan, or have an ideal.
We'll plan
That's when we
something.
start smalling.
Yes.
Smalling?
I don't know the word.
Smalling? I don't know.
Oh my
Anybody else
gosh.
asking questions?
Just Leanne's talking about her friend missing. That's horrible. I hope they find her.
Now, where is she from again?
Somebody said, do you have a rainbow in your thumbnail?
A rainbow in my thumbnail? Me?
And the thumbnail that I shared on my live, I don't know. I don't remember seeing one.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
I'm the same way, Stephanie Simple, and I'm a Bath and Body Works. Yes, there's certain things that I like. Makeup, I like perfume. I love all those things, but like minus all that stuff, I'm a very simple individual. I don't decorate a whole lot. Like I'm just very I'm not a materialistic person. Like, I'm not at all. I do have a lot of lotion. But with 3 girls, my girls have been using that stuff up too, so. And then they take some to their daddy's house, so. Anywho, what time is it?
10:30.
We have been jabbing away.
I can't believe how many people are still watching.
Are you guys LGBT supportive?
So, again.
What is that?
I'll take that one. So, that's another comment.
Oh, God.
So, I have lots of LGBTQ. I think that's all of them now, right? Is that all the letters that we're supposed to include now?
Yeah, they know that girl sent me a lot of Bath and Body Works. It added to my collection. It was down
Yes.
a lot. You seen that, didn't you?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, there you go.
So,
see there?
I have a lot of friends, and I have some family that are LGBTQ folks. And I love them. And I support them, and I pray for them, and I do whatever I can for them. Personally, I don't have an issue with it. I do struggle with it scripturally sometimes, and I know the church struggles with it, not my church, but the church in general, any church, has some struggle with it because scripturally, the Bible tells us it's wrong to live that way, and it's wrong to live a lot of ways, but the most important gift and the most important commandment that Christ gave us was to love one another, and to me that includes everybody. So that's why, when that Bassam guy was telling me that Stephanie's kids didn't need me and they didn't need to have me or shouldn't have me in their life, I said, thanks for your opinion, buddy. Appreciate it. I think everybody has the right to live their own life, and far be it from me to judge that person for that. There's a lot of stipulation in our society about things like that, and how those folks should be treated, and the reality is they should be treated just like we want to be treated. And I think that's important.
Yep.
I hope that answered your question.
Let's see here. There was another question. Oh, about the IVF situation. That's like
That is
that's a big question mark.
Decade down the road at least.
That's like, yeah, we've got to get everything else lined up,
But I appreciate y'all continuing to put me in that hot seat.
But yeah, that's like, we have a lot of things like we've got to take care of before all that mess. And even if I've got a lot of problems myself, like health wise, so I don't know how stuff will pan out with situations.
There's more people coming on.
Like I had that cancer scare a couple of months, last year, and no, it was the year before, when I had to get like a third of my cervix off, which he told me I can still have kids, but if it were to ever come back and it's like almost borderline cancer, then he would probably do the surgery one more time, and then the next time a hysterectomy. So hopefully that won't ever